The main purpose of this exercise today, about 5 months ago, somewhere in February, March, as part of the demonstration that we are doing, we planted yam in sacks. And we want to demonstrate that you don't need always a virgin land or to grow, because most of the people in the metropolis have either concreted or paved their houses and their surroundings. So how can we promote such idea? So the technology is being promoted by our consultants, and today we are here to harvest what we sowed 5 months ago. So basically we are here to harvest the yam that we have planted, to demonstrate that when you plant in sacks, we can also harvest yam wherever you are. So this is the idea that we are promoting under the project.
We actually came out with this technology of planting yams in sacks so that those who have been complaining in the cities that they do not have enough agricultural space could actually have something done. How is it done, yam production using sacks? What we do is that you go for your sack, you identify a place, and then you look for soil, and then you mix it with manure. Then you put the soil and then the manure mixed together in a sack. Then you allow it to stay for about a month. This is normally done in January, February. Then you order for your mini sets, that is the yam seeds. So then you now plant them. When you plant them, you allow them to sprout. Then after sprouting, you introduce water, you begin watering it. If you do not water them over a certain period, what normally happens is that what you'll be harvesting will be the tubers will look very small in size. But if you water them continuously, you harvest a very sizable tuber. It has taken us, I think, about 5 months for us to harvest this particular yam. But what we are doing currently is that it has gotten to a stage where you can harvest, put the root back into the soil after taking the tuber. You put the root back into the soil and then you water. And then the mini sets, which are normally considered as the seeds, now begin forming again. And that is what we will harvest later on and then use as seeds to establish the demonstration farm again.
Just 5 months, we have been able to plant yam and we are harvesting today. So it's a very idea through our project that we are doing.
Our emphasis is on food sufficiency in the urban centers. Now we were able to do, I think, about 150 sacks here on a space of about, I think, 5 meters by 10. Now, if we have been able to do this, and somebody else also does the same thing, another person does the same thing, that kind of this thing, then even if we have about 100 people, talking about 150, we are looking at 15,000 sacks, and for that matter, when translated into tubers, we are looking at 15,000 tubers for just 100 people. So if we scale it up, by looking at the entire population here, that means, solve some of our food security issues using yam.
Even our various senior high schools, we can start some of these things over there. And 5 months' time, they can produce to feed themselves.
I'm part of the people who were trained how to plant yam for smart farming. And today is for the harvesting. And it's been marvelous. And I hope if we carry this technique to home, we can make a good living out of it. We can feed our family and our friends out of this method of farming.
We decided to introduce the metal tarpaulin tank here for adoption by farmers. And in the metal tarpaulin tank, we have, I think, 1,000 each of the catfish. What we realize is that if you start with 1,000, in about 6 months' time, they are likely to mature for you to harvest. And a kilo sells at 35 Ghana cedis. So if you are lucky and by the 6th month, all the 1,000 are matured and each weighs a kilo, then it means that you are getting about 35,000 Ghana cedis. It is easier to stock the fingerlings and then also easier to also harvest. We introduced this so that it could improve people's income and also their livelihood. Here we are looking at taking care of, the catfish, taking care of people's protein needs.
This is Tunnel 2 greenhouse, and we have Potomac tomatoes variety here. These tomatoes are about 3 months old and they are due for harvesting. Usually this is much cheaper as compared to other varieties or species being sold in the market, and what agronomy technology is very simple and the returns are very shorter. Within about 3 months, you can start with the first harvesting. So as you can see, we have planted this in buckets, and these buckets are arranged in line. And within each bucket, there is a drip hole that provides water. And the same drip provides a subsequent nutrient that is needed for the plant. We have a very schedule for it, and this schedule actually is done to supply the various nutrients and the various watering that is needed for every plant, and they are in the bucket. Right now, we've come here to demonstrate to you how the various, the fruits are. So you can see we have the very nice fruit here, and they are very good for harvesting. And the people, the customers are also happy with this one. And it is a very nice thing to go into this venture if you are into going to agriculture. Potomac is very nice species to try.
Today's harvest has really shown us that we can do it as a metropolis. and the objective that we are all aiming to enhance food security, create jobs for the teeming youth and other vulnerable people in the society, we are really on course, and it's a good example that we need to replicate it any part of the metropolis, even in Ghana as a whole.